Guys, how are you? Let's continue our video on evil people again. And here, I just made a pizza for my lunch and I used two kinds of cheese, the grocery cheese, the ordinary cheese, milk cheese that you find in the groceries, like your Eden cheese or your craft cheese, okay? And then I mixed that with the mozzarella cheese. So I just made a dough out of flour and water and a little baking powder and a little salt, and then use the rolling pin to make it round and flat. And then, excuse the noises, again, I'm here at my shop near the highway. And then what I did was put the cheeses first, the mozzarella and the milk cheese. I didn't use tomato sauce. And then I put the onions, the red onions, and then the beef. Choose a cut of beef that is easily cooked, okay? Like any steak. Okay. And then I just cook it for about 20 minutes under 250 degrees, okay? There. And it's perfectly fine. The crust is crispy. Can you hear that? I hope you can. I hope you can hear it. So there, we will continue with the last video that I made about the corruption and the about corrupt evil people and the victims, the people who play victims and who think they are too righteous, okay? So adding to corruption, you cannot just, so there, you can sprinkle a little olive oil, extra virgin olive oil and black pepper to make it more delicious, okay? Going back to evil people, one example of corruption is that when religious leaders will lie to you that when they say you go to church, go to pray, come to our church because we are the true church, we are the true believers, or we are the real religion, our God is the truth, and you will be blessed and you will get rich. I hear so many pastors and many priests say this, so it's really it's really disheartening and it's a big turn off for me to hear these things from people who claim to be godly because first and foremost, if they are too proud of their Allah or their Jesus or their God, then they should live like their Jesus. They should just live from the alms and the donation of their believers, of their followers, and they should live a simple life. But what is happening now is that they are living a very extravagant life out from the donations of their poor, poor gullible, stupid members, okay, who think they're too righteous also. I emphasize that because it's the reality. Many churchgoers are so stupid and gullible that they don't see the the real color of their leaders and the real color of their fellow members. Okay? And another trivia, many bisexuals are on the church, and I've seen some of them, and they even uh, touch each other's ass with their penises. Not mine, not my ass. It's their ass. Two guys married touching each other's ass. Okay, with their penises while singing the song of their Lord in a wake. I don't know. They're in a church group. That's another trivia. So be careful. Not all godly people are righteous, and not all righteous people are right. Okay? And not all of them are good. You can be an atheist, you may not have a religion, you may not believe in God, but you are a lot better than other people, and you're better and you're good. Okay? There. So that's corruption, brainwashing. Come to our church and you will be blessed and you will be rich, and they will give examples of all the rich people in the world who are their members. But those are just a fraction of their members, okay? Now, third is way of their corruption. Another corruption is that example is that yes, the religions in the world try to dominate each other, try to be the number one and dominate the world, right? So you have seen uh, Spanish people, the Catholic Church conquering other countries, and the reason to Christianize countries, but they will kill a lot of people just for that. Or Islam's conquering other countries, or bombing other countries because of their belief. Okay? So there, Christians killing Christians. Okay? Like Ireland. So you know that. You make a research and you will see. Okay? So open your eyes. In Tagalog, buksan yung mata nyo. In Ilocano, lukatan nyo tamatayo. Okay? I'm using English because it's understood worldwide. Even the most illiterate person in the Philippines should know how to speak English because it is our second language, and it's what they use in our in every school, even in the public school. And I don't understand why others are so pissed off when I'm using English. Okay? There. So aside from the religious people wanting to dominate the world, LGBT, especially the bisexuals, want to dominate the world. Again, LGBT, for those who don't know, lesbians, gays like me, but I'm pure, bisexuals, uh, and trans women, I guess, yes. Trans women, transsexuals, transsexual me, trans woman, okay? So there. So most of them want to dominate the world, especially the bisexuals. They said that they are better than other people. Their personality is better than other people. And yes, the church like them because they get to marry women, but they don't know that most of the children of these bisexuals are ruined. Okay, just observe many bisexuals I have sent in my past videos. They are alcoholics, they are gamblers, they're sick, they are men whores. If they're women, they are women whores. They are irresponsible parents and everything. So you don't want those kinds of people to dominate the world. Me, I don't even want to dominate the world because I know my weaknesses, okay? These people are really crazy and evil, okay? There. And yes, every day they are doing it to me. They want me to get attracted to a woman, even in every bit of their body part. Any body part, even the arms, the lips, the back of the arms, the elbow, the feet, whatever they can think of. This, I don't know what kind of uh, what if sexual fetishes they have. is crazy if you're in my shoes. Okay. And yes, these people, both these LGBT groups and these religious people are will provoke people. They want to prove that I am the bad one. So if I'm provoked 24 hours a day, I'm bottling up my anger or my annoyance. I sometimes I shout, but not much. So they would win on that part because oh, it's true, she's bad. But they don't know what but people, majority of people don't know what kind of psychological manipulation these people are doing. They really can pretend that they are so nice and good because of their agenda. But people don't realize that if they will stay with them in their home, they are worst. Okay? They are the worst people to be with. Okay? So if you want, you can may research about personality disorders, especially cluster B. And yes, these people do it to me when I go to any establishment, okay? Like group communications, that's the worst. And even the banks, everywhere I go, malls, which is worse too, everything. And then another form of evil are these people who pretend to be victims or victims of abuse or who pretend to be so righteous. Okay, let's talk about the victims of abuse. Before my stop, I'm just I am not going back to the past. Okay, I'm just giving you examples because these are common things that can happen to anyone, to the workplace. But many gullible people, those who can see the reality, will just tolerate it, and they don't know that they have a lot of options, and they don't know that they can do a lot, uh, many things to avoid these kinds of people. Okay, so okay, these people who play victims, they think they pretend to be the victims of abuse, injustice, maltreatment, and anything they can think of, just anything they can think of, just to gain sympathy or, yes, just gain sympathy or mercy from people, okay? From gullible people. Let's face it, some oftentimes we are stupid. Me too, I'm so stupid. I forgot that what these people do to me, they're always abusing me, and then yet I still I'm still considerate to some of them. But I'm getting over it, and I I am not that considerate to them anymore. Okay? Uh, okay. For example of these victim people are my employees before. Okay? Some of my employees would say that I'm the meanest and the worst boss before, but didn't realize their attitude. Okay, they were always late, even if I reprimand them. They were given warnings, still they were always late, especially if they go out at night drinking until early morning, drinking with their men who they think are their boyfriends or who they think they love them, because most of them are gays. They go out drinking at night, and yes, yeah. So I don't really even care if they go out and drink at night till morning, as long as they know their responsibility to go at work on time and prepared. But they don't, and most of the time when that happens, they don't They don't go to work on time or go, they would absent themselves and they would reason any reason you can think of. You see? And most people have been a worker and you know your reasons when you were late or absent, okay? When you get lazy. So there, they lie big time. And then, uh, yes, and they even create stories to my clients. They tell that to my clients, and my clients would believe it, especially if they see me reprimanding or scolding my staff in front of them sometimes. But they didn't realize that those are just my last resort of giving them a discipline because they always break the rules. Okay, these people always break the rules. So observe, observe it, people. I tell you, I challenge you to observe every beauty salon and all the employees. Okay, go and observe them. All of them are, let's say, you say mataray. Most of them are mataray. I know I'm not mataray, and most of them are insecure to women, especially those gays. And then, and they love serving men, and they did that to me. I was so friendly to women before, and then these bisexuals and gays turned it against me that I begin to, they made me hate them because of what they did. Okay? Excuse me, I'm just so hungry, that's why. Then, you observe it if you go to a salon, and to the salon owners, you observe most of your employees, especially those who love to go out, and most of them goes home. I goes to work late. They have a lot of excuses, very unprofessional in their job. They're always absent. They come and go as they wish. Okay? They don't follow policies. Okay? Just observe them. And they are very toxic people to work with. To those who are working with LGBT groups or you suspect that they're gays, observe. They are very toxic people to work with. Especially if you are a person like me who will want to do everything, like uh, who wants to work with team. Okay, so there. And then another is that they didn't realize that they are worse when I'm not around because they will throw things at each other. They will shout at each other and they will backbite me and talk about me. Okay? So there, and they will steal. They lie big time. They steal a lot in our salon. They would list the services, but it's underpriced in the list, and they would get the excess. Okay, but they're totally dishonest. You observe that, and then they steal big time. They lie big time. They do services outside the salon, even working hours, and so on. So be careful with these kinds of employees, this LGBT group, and even not maybe LGBT or even regular men and women, but if their attitude is like this, be careful. Okay? So, as I also have observed, these kinds of employees are well handled by employers who are like them, who are also, I don't like that to term it, but I would term it like psychopathic. You observe it when the boss is a little devious or a little evil, they can tolerate these kinds of employees. Okay, and then if the boss is very alcoholic and everything, or devious or bad, they will have these kinds of employees who can tolerate them. Just observe people. Okay, I don't have to elaborate. If you want me to elaborate and be very specific, you message me, you email me, message me on Facebook, and I will tell you the details, okay? And then what else? Mm, okay, another form of this righteous people, evil people, is that they prosecute people like me because I don't believe in God or I don't have a religion. I guess it's one reason why they closed my shop at Mountain Province. They didn't review my contract because I had a transplant, and they said that that's the cost of being a trans woman. Okay, but you see, these evil people are very discriminating. These righteous people, even the religious people, are very discriminating. They think that they're always right. So if these people are discriminating and cannot accept other people, don't be very careful with them because they might be like that to you or to their children too or to other people. And most of them are very controlling. Okay? Yes, even these religious people, they would shout at me on the streets. And then, yes, even they believe in Jesus and they would shout at me on the streets, or a Jew saying that I'm a bitch or a slut, sort of like that when I was in Australia. And the church used my education. They would really threaten everything, your livelihood, your dreams, just for you to be on their team or to believe on what they believe in. Okay? And ask me. And ask me really. And then the next thing is, these people will even prosecute you. These religious people will even prosecute you up to the police station. I can't believe it. I was getting necessary papers for my passport, and then suddenly this Jesus group went to the police station, and they are trying to hold a prayer meeting, working hours. That's very unprofessional wherever you go. It shouldn't be, because religion is a very sensitive matter. You have people who believe in Jesus, people who believe there people who believe in God, people who believe in Allah, Buddhists, whatever. There are Catholics, Baptists, Jehovah's. You see Mormons, Protestants, and you shouldn't go there holding a prayer meeting of a exclusive group of religious people, and it's very insulting. And I know that I am the target. And you know what? They were not even contented. That policeman and and his wife went to my shop, and they were sitting outside my shop, and they were looking at me and insinuating like, I will not patronize you because you're too personal. You took it personally. It's not personal because they have been doing it over and over and over. Okay? As if I am the most devious person in the whole world. They even used a guy, these religious people, a guy for me to be on their church. They even threatened me building my home just to go near the church. Okay, so it's up to you people who you will believe. Okay, but just observe these kinds of people. Okay, just observe them. You see, if you are with religious people and they will talk, when they start conversing with each other, you will see that they are arrogant. They talk back against each other. They destroy each other. They gossip a lot with each other, and uh, they talk a lot against each other, even as simple as the food they cook, or the way they dress, or whatever, how rich another person is. They're just like the LGBT group. LGBT group, when they're together, they as if they like each other, but when they turn each other's back, that's when the reality sinks in. They really hate each other. Okay, and then you will observe that when gays go together or lesbians, they will fight against one. they would fight each other for just one man or one woman. Okay, so there. So good luck in learning about people, because people really don't learn from history. As you can see, it's becoming more chaotic despite the pandemic. Okay, there are many riots all around the world. Now there's Thailand again, and I don't know. Okay, and Lebanon. Okay, so see you soon, people. I hope you will share this